Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas, sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates presented by Arena Plus and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. I'm Boom Gonzalez, together with my partner Alexis Tensay. Good to see you again.
Good evening, Boom, and the rest of our viewers. We are brimming with excitement as we begin to take you along with us through the day-to-day updates of the largest Philippine contingent ever to compete in this region's prestigious biennial sporting event.
Now, the action has just started in Thailand, where this year's edition of the SEA Games is being held. To put things into perspective, let's look back at how things fell into place during the previous edition of the SEA Games held in Cambodia. Now, we have the previous medal tally that we're about to show you, and me and Chicky were talking about this earlier during the opening ceremonies. Vietnam was the number one country out of the 11 countries in the 2023 Southeast Asian Games in Cambodia. That's Vietnam with a total of 335 medals, 136 golds, 105 silvers, and 114 bronzes. Of course, yung pinaka-importanting gusto natin makita dyan, yung Pilipinas,
You're right.
Alexis. As you can see it highlighted right now, the Philippines, 58 golds, 86 silvers, 116 bronzes, with a total of 260. We're hoping to surpass that, to hit the 60 mark this year. This was an improvement, of course, from the 2021 SEA Games finish in Vietnam, where the Philippines took home 226 medals, but finished higher at 4th overall.
Now, with a delegation of more than 1,600 athletes and coaches, Team Philippines hopes to surpass these previous finishes and get as close as possible to its 387 medal haul back in 2019. And we covered that as well when the country hosted the games and finished first overall.
All right, we obviously just got out of the opening ceremonies just a few moments ago. The games formally opened with its spectacular ceremonies held at the Rajamangala Stadium, which was a symbolic return to the location for the very first SEA Games, then known as the Southeast Asian Peninsular Games, back in December 1959.
Now, Team Philippines was led by rising tennis star Alex Eala, together with Alas Pilipinas vet Brian Bagunas. Both shared in the honor of being the Philippines team's flag bearers. Let's now look back at some of the highlights of that opening.
Yeah, this was the president of Thailand. There was a moment there where there was a lull of around 20 minutes because they wanted to wait for the president to come in. Eventually, he settled in, and then the opening ceremonies moved on. And we saw everything from, musical performances to underwater sports, underwater ballet. There was some jet skiing. There was traditional performances, of course. Then there was some K-pop style performances too. I don't know if you saw that, Alexis, but there was some of that from some of the actors, some of the artists, some of their pop stars. They all appeared in this elaborate opening ceremonies. These are the girls who did the underwater ballet. What they also wanted to kind of showcase, Alexis, was the mix of tradition and modern technology. Yeah.
You're right, and that's what sports is about. Keeping up with the traditions, but also putting in all the modern technologies that we can put inside our sports right now. That's a beautiful show of tradition and culture for their opening here in Thailand.
Ito na yung, this was the moment where the teams, the countries, started coming out already. And we're looking, of course, at the most beautiful contingent of them all, in my opinion, Team Philippines. I'm no fashion expert. Alexis, you are. Tell me about what you saw with Team Philippines, especially with the flag bearers, Brian Bagunas and Alex Eala. I was about to say Alexis Tinsay, but no, Alex Eala.
You're right about that. I heard that the national uniform was actually designed by Abel Bacudio, and it's beautifully seamed, as you can see here.
Look at that. And even the athletes, you were talking to some of them earlier, and they all loved it. They all loved it. They loved how they looked. And Chiki was talking about how the details, hindi pa natin makita masyado
You're right.
from afar, but the details in those the barongs are just I can't wait to like zoom in on it.
You're right. It's a modern take on the classic Barong Tagalog,
Yeah.
and it just looks beautiful as they walk.
And of course, the other countries also came out dazzling in
You're right.
in their traditional wear with their own flag bearers. 11 countries, of course, came out, and we can't wait for the games to begin. And this is towards the end already, where they were also trying to showcase an environmentally friendly flame. That's one of the things that they wanted to showcase in these opening ceremonies that featured all of these 11 countries. You see now, towards the end, yan na yung yan na yung kumbaga pinaka-culminating supposed to be. These
Right.
are the bigger moments of the opening ceremonies, although everything looked elaborate to me.
And you know what? We really love seeing the parade of the different countries because, again, we are celebrating not just the diversity of the different countries, but also the unity in sports.
Oh, dahil we are one man.
You're right.
Yung di ba? Yung team. So for those who are just being exposed to the Southeast Asian Games for the very first time, the countries, of course, are Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Cambodia, Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, Myanmar, Laos, of course, or Lao People's Democratic Republic, Brunei Darussalam, and Timor-Leste. Those are the 11 countries that make up the SEA Games Federation. What are you personally most excited about in the competition? Like when it comes to probably, other than, seeing the athletes, the actual sports, what are you looking at?
You're right. Actually, I am excited about every athlete, about every sport coming into the SEA Games. Of course, we have our big representatives like Alex Eala, we have Brian Bagunas. I actually covered the FIVB
Correct,
World
yeah.
Championships with Brian Bagunas as the team captain of Alas Pilipinas. And I'm just so excited because with the updates that we received, it's not just those major sports that we are actually looking into, because I did hear that baseball is
Wow.
actually thriving here
Yeah,
for
yeah.
our SEA Games.
Yeah, we won our matches.
You're right.
And this is even before the opening ceremony, so there's a lot of good news. Football gave us some good news, of course, in the men's and the women's. And then, of course, as you mentioned, baseball. And then there's more to come, basketball, everything, volleyball.
You're right.
We've covered, obviously volleyball. So we will get to that in a bit. But first,
Yeah, actually, our correspondent Denise Tan was able to chat with Alex Eala. Here now is her interview with our rising tennis star, Alex Eala.
Okay, today we are joined by the SEA Games flag bearer here in Bangkok, Thailand, none other than Alex Eala. Alex, thank you
Hello,
for
thank you.
being here with us.
Thank you so
Unang-una, kamusta? I know it was a long flight, but you're here now. Excited about the games?
Oh, okay. Excited naman, syempre. Ang haba ng biyahe mulang Spain, but I'm so excited to be here. Excited din ako makasama yung team, ang bait-bait ng mga tao dito. At syempre, masaya kapag kasama sila. So, sobrang excited. Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure you're very happy with the year that you've had, buong 2025. And now, you get to top it off with competing in the SEA Games. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I missed the last one. So, kaya todo laban ngayon. I mean, it's been a while since I played SEA Games. I'm as motivated as ever. And being flag bearer is an amazing privilege. So, I'm so excited. Yeah.
I was talking to your dad, ang sabi niya, it's been a few weeks nung nalaman nyo. Just talk us through the whole thought process when you found out that you were representing the country in a whole nother way. Ito, talagang literal bit-bit mo yung bandila ng Pilipinas.
I mean, it's not something that really crossed my mind. syempre pag naisip ko yung SEA Games, syempre puro tennis yung nasa isip ko. So it's just so nice to have these kind of experiences off the court. And syempre SEA Games is more than just tennis. It's more than sports. It's kind of building that community and that pride for the country that I think so many Filipinos have. So yeah, it being this afternoon, so surreal. I kind of, and side note, ang ganda-ganda ng barong. Oh
was
my
gonna-
God!
Okay, lastly, baka meron kang mensahe sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa'yo?
Hello mga kababayan, sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa Pinas at sa lahat na makakapunta dito sa Thailand. I'm so excited to bring my best for you all. I'm so excited for the team to give their all and to have fun.
You know what? That's amazing to hear from our very own Alex Eala, who is proud to be a Filipina, world ranking number 50, career high, just this November 2025. And she's here to actually not just experience tennis, sabi niya nga, SEA Games. So it's being one with her fellow Filipinas. Because usually, di ba, kapag nasa tennis ka, mag-isa ka, together with your parents, you're the sole Filipino there. But here, kasama niya yung Team Philippines here at the SEA Games.
There is some pressure on her because she is going to be the highest ranked player
You're right.
here in the Southeast Asian Games. But pressure is, she's no stranger to pressure. So we're pretty sure Alex Eala will very much respond to that. All right, we'll take a break and then we will be back with more of your updates for the 33rd SEA Games right here at our show, which, by the way, we will continue to give you also the recap of
You're
how
right.
we've done in the last few days. So stay with us, please.
Welcome back to Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Updates presented by Arena Plus and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025.
All right, let's now look at more results from Team Philippines so far as we give you a recap. All right, first, I was talking about this earlier, that some of the things that have happened prior already to the opening ceremonies, kasi some sports have happened already since December 3,
You're right.
Including yung mga hockey, yung football, you mentioned baseball. We were talking to Doreen Soy Baguio earlier. There was men's and women's cricket also that has happened. And also sepak takraw has also happened. So far, Team Philippines has been out of luck in the Hockey Fives event. Both men's and women's teams are yet to score a point, dropping their first 3 matches against Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. Then, at the Thammasat University, our women's and men's badminton teams lost their quarterfinals matches against Singapore and Malaysia, respectively.
It was a totally different story, though, in baseball, like I've said, wherein the country has been a dominant force throughout the history of the SEA Games. Our men's team opened up preliminary action with a massive 14-0 win against Indonesia, followed by a 17-3 drubbing versus Singapore. And the winning just kept on coming, next against Malaysia and even Vietnam.
All right, those are again some good news. Maganda yung may good news kaagad bago pa lang magsimula yung opening ceremonies, because the action will really starting tomorrow in a lot of the other sports. But you can see some of the results already that we have talked about, and we're hoping that this becomes kind of like an omen already
You're right.
of more good news. In some of the other sports, of course, like Philippines, we lost to Thailand 0-11 in hockey, and to Malaysia 0-18, and also to Indonesia 0-15. All right, in the meantime, for more on our baseball team, which Alexis was talking about, let's all watch this.
Our men's baseball team has a dynasty to protect, clinching 3 of the 4 golds in the past. And here in Thailand, they are showing no signs of giving their crown away. For the 3rd time this tournament, the mercy rule was applied after Team Philippines crushed Malaysia 21-0 in just 5 innings. Our men previously dominated Singapore 17-3 and Indonesia 14-0 in 7 innings.
Matagal na yung pinaghahandaan tong SEA Games na to kasi defending champion kami. Sinabi ko naman sa kanila kahit sino mga kalaban natin hanggang sa uli, kailangan magiging ganun ang performance hanggang sa championship namin.
Despite baseball not being consistently part of the SEA Games, with the last being in 2019 where the Philippines won against Thailand, we have maintained our competitive edge by being active in different tournaments and developing our grassroots program.
We keep ourselves busy with joining the Asian circuit. It's a Filipino sport. You don't need height for this, you just need speed and a brain.
Longtime national team player Clarence Caasalan believes that the current roster's mix of veterans and youth has made them an even stronger force to be reckoned with this year.
Yung half po is experiencado na and parang maibigay po namin sa kanila yung mga na-experience namin nung mga past mga tournaments.
Team Philippines knows better than to relax as they stay hungry to defend the gold. But the biggest threat that currently stands in their way is home team Thailand, who's hungry for revenge.
Sana po ituloy-tuloy lang po yung pagsuporta sa amin, wag po kayong magsawa po. Laban po natin to, laban ng Pilipinas.
Up next for Team Philippines are Vietnam, Thailand, and the Lao People's Democratic Republic before the medal matches. From Thailand, Tibay at Tatag mas pinalakas na Pilipinas for the 33rd Southeast Asian Games. This is Bel Gregorio.
All right, Belle told us that it's Vietnam and Thailand. Thailand is the key.
You're right.
That's the one. That's the one who's trying to take us out, and that's the one who's trying to get us out of our gold. But and I heard there's going to be some Thai Japanese and Thai Americans who are going to be playing for the baseball league. So hopefully we can win that one and keep our gold.
You're right.
Sport.
They're riding on the winning momentum from their past wins.
Hopefully. All right. When we come back, we'll look back at some of the recent events and athletes and how they performed. This is Tibay at Tatag. Mas pinalakas sa Pilipinas sa 33rd SEA Games updates presented by Arena Plus and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025.
Parang nagulat ako kasi hindi ko ina-expect na ako yung isang magiging flag bearer. Alam naman natin na sobrang daming player o athlete sa Pilipinas na mas deserve kasi sa akin. Pero at the same time, syempre, isang karangalan para sa akin na ako yung isa sa flag bearer. Actually, sobrang naging malaking impact yung pagdadala ng mga international tournaments sa ating Pilipinas. Siyempre, nagpapasalamat tayo sa PNB at kila Sir Tat, saka sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa pagsuporta sa Philippine Volleyball. Kasi kung hindi dahil sa kanila, hindi tayo makikita ng parang hindi tayo ma-notice. Pero sa ngayon, sobrang thankful ako sa kanila na binibigyan nila ng chance, lalo na especially ang men's volleyball. Kailangan positive kami every game. Yun nga, maganda pinakita namin sa World Championship pero syempre dapat yung mindset dito iba ulit kasi iba yung kalaban, ibang tournament. So kailangan magdoble, double pa rin kami, effort pa rin every game. So ayun nga, sinasabi ko na another game, another mindset. Alam naman natin sa World Championship yung mga kalaban namin medyo malalaki. Dito, so mga kasing height lang namin. So, yun nga. Matagal na naman namin sila nakakalaban. So, may mga siyempre nandiyan may mga coaching staff na mag-guide para sa amin. So, sa tingin ko naman okay yung naging preparation namin for this. To all volleyball Filipino fans, inaasahan po namin ang buong suporta nyo sa buong Philippine athlete dito sa darating na SEA Games. Pinapangako po namin na ibibigay po namin ang 100% namin. Inaasahan po namin ang pagsuporta nyo. Thank you.
You're right on that. Almost defeating a number 2 team in height, Iran, before in the FIVB World Championships. Ngayon, kahit na lang daw nila.
Yes.
So now it's up to their speed, it's up to their prowess, and of course, their strategy. Now, welcome back to Tibay at Tatag. Mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd SEA Games updates presented by Arena Plus and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. You just heard from one of our flag bearers this year who he thinks he's not most deserving, but of course, for him and us, actually he is.
No doubt about it. Okay, now, here are some of the events to watch out for tomorrow, December 10, 2025. All right, finally, we will get to our schedule para makita nyo, no? We will show that on your screen so that we can show you what our schedule is. Besides our men's and women's TX3 teams, our undefeated baseball team will go up against host Thailand at 2 p.m. That's the one that we're talking about. Big match.
Exciting.
For Philippines and Thailand. Go Philippines. Meanwhile, many of our 13-strong boxing contingent will begin their campaigns tomorrow with events starting at 9 a.m. At the Chulalongkorn University.
And you mentioned cricket a while ago as
Yes.
well. Our cricket players will also get back into action with our women's team going up against Malaysia at 9 a.m. and our men's team facing Singapore at 3:30 p.m. Then our gymnasts.
Yep.
Another thing to be excited about. We'll get things going starting at 10 a.m. for the men and 3 p.m. for the women.
Now, our jiu-jitsu athletes will then take to the mat starting at 9 p.m. while our ice hockey teams will hit the ice hockey, the rings, or the rink rather, at 1:30 p.m. for the women's team and 8:30 for the men's team. And last but not the least, our Taekwondo gyms with events starting at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m.
And you can catch these and more of our SEA Games coverage on RPTV, Signal, and One Sports. You can also catch them live and on demand by the Filipinas Live app. Download it from the Google Play and Apple App Store and get a vast selection of the best local and international sports coverages and content right at your fingertips.
All right, you ready for tomorrow, Alexis?
Yes, I am ready.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow then. That's it for our first edition of Tibay at Tatag, Mas Pinalakas na Pilipinas, the 33rd Southeast Asian Games Updates, presented by Arena Plus and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. This has been Boone Gonzalez.
And I'm Alexis Inside. Let's continue to cheer our athletes and be sure to check back with us tomorrow at noon for our continuing coverage of Thailand 2025.
Good night.